of last session, we fought the war with Castalla. A great war where we managed, despite all odds, to hold off Castalla. We lost all of North Africa to their sieges, but on sea we broke their navy, destroyed their trade ships, and slaughtered their economy. At the end of the war, we had the mainland of Iberia blockaded, and our higher admiralty was advising we continue the war until we could get good terms, despite losing North Africa. However, in Bavaria, the hyper-militarized super state of central Germany, a radical action happened. There, the king of Bavaria, a descendant of Ragnar Lothbrok himself, found himself at odds with a great revolutionary movement. His armies were great, and many at first expected it not to be enough to overthrow such a strong king, a great man, and an heir to such a great name. Yet he found himself unable to even retain the loyalty of his men, his generals, and his armies. And in a bloodless coup, besides that of the king himself, Chairman Arnold, simply known, took power in Bavaria, installing a radical new state, a radical nation, one whose ideas are further than even that of our own government in the time of the status. They hold no king, no nobility in high affair, and run things as radicals, with a council ruling over this great nation. Now, if this was a land like France, like Lithuania, even like Sweden, it would be cause for concern and worry. But what makes this so existential is who this is. Bavaria is no simple nation. They have skyrocketed to power through force of will, certainly, but through martial prowess, through military doctrine, and through a quality of soldiers not found anywhere else on Earth. Out of RP, Bavaria has prescient ideas in this timeline, so they are strong. Given all this, as news came to Empress Maria Torchitara Guadiato, as well as the Queen Regent Isabella, who is overseeing that of our young king, given Ambrose, who died in the middle of the war. Negotiations were had in Valencia, where it was agreed that the current war, if it could continue, could go either way. Despite Spain holding our lands, we could have forced them to a good peace. Given both of our countries saw this as existential, we did agree to terms, wherein Castalla would take the remainder of California, as well as the remainder of the Balearic Islands, in exchange for both countries declaring a joint war together on revolutionary Bavaria to take down this revolution and restore natural order to Europe and to the monarchies therein. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fighting alongside Castalla for the first time in almost 400 years. They are still our rivals. They are still our enemies. But in a situation like this, we must set aside our differences. We are not that experimental republic we once were. We are still now an ancient regime monarchy of an heir 7 years of old. His reign could come to nothing if these revolutions spread. And as such, much like our friends in Castalla, we have declared war on Bavaria. I'm prepared to march. And that is where we are. What's up, Dexter? All right. With that, we have to get our shit together here, because that was in the middle of the war, and I have to get everything running again before we start properly fighting this war. Salutism. The beginning of this will be very boring. It's going to be just me doing logistics to, like, fix our country after this giant war. Losing the Balearics is rough too, but we can make two. Privateer in Seville, can we not? We have a truce. Fair. We will protect trade in Genoa then. We still do have armies, technically. Let's bring the transport fleet, and we'll bring them over to Sardinia. We're going to land in northern Italy when we restructure our land and naval commands. And we'll march north to Bavaria. Now, in order to get around the logistics of EU4, I had to declare a separate war for both Castalla and their allies and for us and our allies. If either of us get the peace deal to crush the revolution, I'm just going to save it an ending to the war. This is a joint war. It's like a coalition war to take down, like, you know, Napoleon, right? The coalition wars. Same general thing. Or I guess not the coalition wars. More of the wars fought with revolutionary France prior to that, which... Were those technically called the coalition wars? I forget. But, yeah. And yes, their ideas are OP as shit. They have offensive, trade, quantity, economic, diplomatic, and innovative, along with the Prussian ideas. So they are very, 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 very strong. We're going to give our heir a military education as well. This past time we had a proper king who can fight. We've had many good administrators over the last 100 years, or a couple hundred years, but few have been very strong commanders in their own right, which we need to deal with. We'll take military tech up and get the best military we can. Deal with them. Take Ulan cavalry, I think. We have rebels in Asia too, and no men descend. We're gonna want to deal with that before we actually deal with the Bavarians. We'll let the Castallans take the brunt of the fighting to begin with. Let me get the music on something a little bit more fitting. Just one moment. Now, I will play this song first because it is a good one. Okay. We'll bring our troops back to Sardinia, and then we're going to send them to Asia to deal with the rebels there, and then we're going to bring them back, combine our forces, and march on Bavaria. I want to reiterate, Bavaria also has allies. We may lose this war, just for context, folks. And what would happen after that, we're going to have to really consider at the time if that occurs. I mean, yeah, they're strong. There's a good chance we lose this. Castalla is still incredibly powerful, but Bavaria's ideas are on another level. I mentioned before they might even be able to 1v1 Castalla, and we are going to find out. The navy itself, I am going to mothball, given that Bavaria... Actually, did Bavaria's allies have navies? They do not. So the main fleet we actually can mothball right now. We really only have 29 heavy ships left? We do. Wow. That war really took a toll on our navy. Despite the competency of our high command and our navy, we lost a lot of ships in that war. I mean, my gosh. All right, we're gonna give them like a week's rest in Iberia, and then we are gonna send them to Asia. Actually, let's make sure that we actually have, yes, we're fine. Where's Jens Torres? Prussia doesn't exist. Bavaria is the Prussia of this timeline. In power, in influence, and military competence, they even have their idea group. I know you're looking and seeing Bavaria here. You shouldn't. You should see Prussia, because that's really what this is. In every way, but linguistically, this is Prussia. Solomon has been lacking an interest on the subject he is studying. That is unfortunate, and he's going to learn it. Oh, I'm getting debug pop-ups. That's not good. All right, we're going to send our forces to Fiji to deal with the rebels there. We have to control our Pacific holdings. They are our chance to rebuild empire and colonialism. We cannot lose them even for this war. All right, so we have a lot of loans we'll need to pay off, but there's no rush. We're over limit on our fleet. Let's see if we can reduce that. We are over by 6. Do that. And I'm going to also mothball the forts, given there's no way Bavaria will get to us. And we have rebels in North Africa. God damn it. We're sending all of our transport fleet too. Here's what we'll do. We'll split off a couple. No, we can't. Never mind. We'll deal with it when they come back. It's fine. I mean, North Africa is already just pure chaos after its occupation by Spain. They can wait. National decline. With the discovery of our previously unknown continents and the establishment of new trade routes, a new maritime era has been born. Explorers of other nations are returning home with highly sought-after cargo of spices, luxuries, and commodities. Our country's importance as a trading nation has suddenly diminished, and we are faced with a sudden economic decline, forcing our government to regulate our expenditures. Oh, because I still have debug on. Don't mind that. I was just ending the War of Castalla. I was wondering why we were seeing things. We'll reduce investments in the government. We need our military at a time like this. Proper playlist going then. I think we'll play. I think this one is rather fitting. Isn't there an event for Napoleon to show up in France in EU4? Can anyone correct that? Many of the Sardinian citizens would want the monarchy to focus on building a strong land army. True, absolutely. Our navy rules the waves, but our army gets slapped around and loses us wars. True. We really have to rebuild it. There's no way around that. The problem is every time we get it built up, we just get absolutely wiped in our wars. Every time. Use our diplomats too. We need to keep up good relations with all the great powers in the region. I still have yes men on, don't I? Good relations with France and with Britain. While we wait. Let's also drill our army while we wait. No reason that we can't keep them ready for this war. Yeah, they're winning against Castalla so far. We can't see anything because we're not on the same side, which is really unfortunate. Though I suppose it would suggest like the fact that we would not be sharing any intelligence with Castalla, nor would they would share anything with us, to be fair. So that does make sense. Solomon following in Aspella's education pathway, one of the ruler's old tutors has offered to assist Solomon. Expensive, but absolutely. We probably could have waited. These rebels will not be able to take that star fort, but we should get this dealt with regardless. Going to port, then we'll march across. Unlike last time, a good amount of our men actually did make it too. Wait for the end of the month and then we'll go. Could win this, no problem. We'll hold out for East, actually, is it worth it? East Indiaman? No, we don't really need that. We'll take our next maritime idea. Sheltered ports, global ship repair, and sailor maintenance. How many countries are at war with Bavaria right now? They're fighting all of Castella's allies. Castalla, all their allies, which includes Lithuania and Lotharingia, I believe. Yes. Lotharingia is almost fully sieged out by Bavaria right now. And then us and our allies, which is just the Usegei, obviously. So I don't know if they'll even send men. We'll have to see. But I mean, it is the world's #1 superpower fighting them right now with 2 other great powers. Good. Rebels dealt with. Let's send them home and prepare to march as well. You got to remember, our land forces are not that significant. We're going to be really just a drop in the barrel when it comes to actually fighting Bavaria here. But we have to. I mean, this is absolutely existential. You know, if the states, the Burghers are still in power, this might have gone very differently. God. Did Lithuania join the war? They did. That's ridiculous. So why does Castalla have all their forces stuck? Do they actually have land passage to even get to Bavaria? They might not. That would make no sense. Bugged. We can't invite Lombardy into the war due to the fact that they're already in one of our active wars. Troconero, do you mean for the heirs? Ambrosia II, Lysandra VI, and Solomon II for the heirs of the current king, right? That's fully bugged. I was using yes, man, to get out of the war Castalla. Maybe that fucked something up. Oh, those are previous monarchs. I see. For Solomon's potential heirs, it's a girl named Asada and a boy named Castora. I see. Gotcha. And he can show up in France as a revolutionary. I thought I'd seen that event before in EU4. Well, Castalla won't have to worry. Bavaria is coming to them right now. Yeah, Lotharingia is getting absolutely destroyed here. What we can see. All right, I am gonna do another quick save edit. I hope this doesn't remove any immersion. Given I think Castalla actually can't move, let me check that real quick. Let's see. Can they actually get through? No, never mind, they can get through. It's all good. I thought the AI was bugged. We just can't see anything, so that's fine. Never mind. I just don't trust these games to properly play out some things, so all good. All right, we're gonna land the troops who are coming back actually in North Africa to deal with those rebels, and then we're gonna get them meet up. We're gonna land in North Italy, and then we're gonna march north. And we've been rivaled by the Hosokawa. Bad roads have long been a limiting factor for economic growth in Cagliari, severely hampering the transfer of goods, people, and capital. Looking to other areas, local entrepreneurs have begun to introduce toll roads to pay the maintenance, and there are far-gone plans of building transportation canals to further ease the flow of goods. That is expensive. We cannot afford that. Not all of our loans. Embrace Machiavellianism. Whoa. Increases unrest, increases stability cost, but increases our absolutism. That's something to keep in mind for the future. Let's immediately march, even though our troops have been at sea for, like, what, probably 3 months now? The Byzantines are very strong. They've expanded massively in Eastern Europe, and they own large portions of Brazil. They're very strong. Finish the siege, take the one in Biskra, and then we're good. I wish we could actually see the map right now. This is kind of annoying. Blockade efficiency bonuses. Not useful at all in this war, given they don't have a single port. Why is it every single one of our heirs is always quarreled with their tutor? I'm sure this event just fires, but I mean, I suppose members of House Torres have always been very contentious, quick to anger. Urbanization. While only a small portion of our population lives in the cities, the growing prosperity of the Burghers is attracting an increasing number of people from the countryside. Water's perspiring everywhere. Oh, I love humidity. So nice. Some cities are growing so quickly that existing problems in terms of sanitation overcrowding have gone from troubling to catastrophic, according to the Burghers. The poor have taken up residence outside the city walls, where filthy suburbs have sprung up and disease thrives. The Burghers find the situation intolerable and are now requesting that the state step in to provide help, both in terms of resources and enforcement of rules. It's expensive, but we can afford it. We definitely want to support urbanization, so we'll do that. And quick to drink, very true. All right. Wait for our reinforcements, and then we're gonna cross. Or our generals. Not bad. Delitalia and Coretto are both not the worst. Well, at least not marching in there with completely incompetent generals. Plenty of manpower. How are we doing on funds? I am gonna mothball the forts again. We need a larger armor here. I'm gonna go ahead and increase this, the size of our army. Let's see, what was it? It was stacks of 18, 12, and 4? We have no money. I remember from that guide thing I saw. 18, 12, and 4. We'll wait for the full army, and then we'll cross. Well, Thuringia is no longer sieged out. It appears Castalla is pushing them. They're still dramatically winning the war, though. Yeah, we really got to get in there at this point. We'll make a staging ground in Genoa and wait for the rest of our new conscripts to get there. We raided some British treasure fleets. I forgot that privateers actually do that. Why the Napoleonic soundtrack always goes like so in and out of dramatic music. Hold up. You know what? I've got another soundtrack we can play right now. Is that thing? I actually have split my audio now, so I can use copyrighted music on stream, and then I can cut it out later for videos. So we can do things like this now. And I don't have to fight YouTube. A local libertine, a local man in Tunisia, Khalil Al-Duran, has made a name for himself for his way of thinking. Potentially, he may be a very useful advisor for the Queen Consort Regent. He's not a great military mind. We do not need him right now. While a nation has plenty of opportunities for learning, one of our allies has invited Solomon to continue his studies abroad. We could send our heir to Japan to study at age 9. Let's go for it. He'll be a very, what's the word? Well-traveled man at a very young age. Oh my god. All right, I'm glad we looked over there. Let's retreat south to Abritsa. We'll wait for the rest of our troops. Bavaria is pushing once again very hard on Castalla. There's a star fort there. We can hide behind it. Cross for the remainder of our troops. Look at their generals. They're all 3 stars. We have to find the Castallan army and meet up with them. We cannot fight them alone. Let's make a move for southern France. Oh, man. There's the Castallan army. We can fight them here. They don't have a general? No, they do. Damn it. Atmospheric engine. Whoa, that's big. Building on older experimental air pumps, an inventor from Cagliari has created a new type of engine that uses steam pressure to pump water out of wet mines. The atmospheric engine now enables mining where it was previously not possible and has greatly increased the efficiency of coal and metal mines in our country. All right, when we hit Victoria 3, I'm going to give us atmospheric engine because we have it in 1730. Wow. That's crazy. We're going to start triggering industrialization events now, too. Like I said, we are very advanced in terms of our actual production technologies for our size. They have no general. We have to take this fight. This is a big opportunity for us, especially if Castalla backs us up. Here we go. Let's use Coretto. Actually, hold up. Yeah, we'll go with Coretto. Here we go. Oh, no, General. Huge. And we are going to win the battle and slaughter the majority of their troops there. I mean, they literally had no one in command, but regardless, a big victory for us. One of the few land battles we've ever won in EU4. And it took us fighting an enemy without a general. Privateer captain goes rogue. There's a very fine line between privateering and piracy, especially in peacetime. The captain and crew of one of our privateering operations recently waltzed across that line when they decided to attack and plunder one of our own traders. Worse yet, we have been informed that this act of open defiance was only the beginning of their exploits, and that these traders had now set out to make their own fortune. Wow, okay. One of our ship captains destroying the pirates. He probably sailed to Cuba, let's be honest. Shouldn't the converter give the attack? Maybe IMC. Tough to tell. Let's take this fight. Oh, no. We'll take this. Come on. Castalla needs to come to our aid here. Not that I expect them to. Hold. God, they're so much stronger than us. We actually have higher discipline, but their morale is just ridiculous. Let's retreat. Oh, we can't. Come on, one day. There we go. Retreat. Oh, come on. Fucking hate EU4 sometimes. Oh, what the why would they retreat to fucking Lombardy? What the hell was that? That was our entire army. Every last man slaughtered in Milano. Why would we retreat to Milan? Who the hell was in charge? Who was that? That's Coretta. We're firing him right now. Treasonous behavior. My God. Don't even have the funds to recruit another army. Well, yet another humiliating defeat on land for the Kingdom of Sardinia. I am so confused. The Pope is demanding we peace out Bavaria. They're siding with revolutionaries? A tolerant, naive enthusiast. We don't have the Navy ready to fight them either. They have 200,000 men. We did make an agreement with Castalla to fight this war. We just lost our entire army in Italy. And now a force with 200,000 men is threatening to join. Oh man, I gotta take a second. I'm just trying to think what we would do and what we should do here. I know I'm playing the Grand Campaign when every like 30 minutes I have to stop and just go what the fuck and figure out what to do. That's how I know I'm playing the House Torres Grand Campaign. Oh my gosh. They're also allied with the pirates in Cuba? And Norway? This is the most cursed shit. They're dicking on Castalla too. I mean, look at that. Gonna accept. Is this the hyper-tolerant democratic Pope timeline? Is that what we're witnessing? Oh boy, Victoria 3 is gonna be spicy. The revolution's spreading to France and Lithuania right now too. Oh wow. You know what? I am going to do one save edit. We're going to stay out of the war. We've been pieced out. What I am going to do is make France fight Bavaria. Given the revolution spreading there, there's no way they wouldn't fight Bavaria. For situations like these, I am going to intervene to make the AI not be dumb as shit. Unless her traits are just really dumb. No, she's well-connected, patron of the arts. She's competent. She's a 6 military. She knows what this is. There's no way this would not happen right now. All right, anyway. I gotta take a minute again to think about what the RP would be and what we're gonna do right now. We have been forced out of this war by the Pope of all people, not only our enemy, but siding with a revolutionary Bavaria. I think given the Pope intervening there, given Lotharingia fallen, given the revolution spreading into France, the Empress is going to declare a war there, so they're going to join. I am a little bit being heavy-handed with the AI, but there's no way that dynasty would not respond like that. I mean, just think about what happened when France went revolutionary, right? I mean, all the European powers intervened. There's an argument to be made, probably even the British would join here. And there's also a good chance they all will lose. I mean, my gosh. I'm not opposed to a revolutionary Germany in this game, but... Alrighty. Fucking hell, dude. Oh man, I'm in one of those moments again. I'm just like so shocked that I'm just like at a loss. We'll just say that this is a hyper liberal reformed pope is what this is in Italy. He's tolerant and a naive enthusiast. We'll just take that to mean that he's like, you know, a very much a reformist pope and he theoretically supports democratic reform, I guess. I mean, what else would that be? I mean, trying to screw us, maybe, but he's not the type for it. Bavaria contacted Germany. I'd much rather see them form it in Victoria 3 with a Casus Belli IMC. That's way more interesting. The age of nationalism has not arrived yet at all, so... Germany as an actual idea doesn't exist. You can form nations in EU4 you have no business forming, frankly. I mean, this is a very alternative timeline, to be fair, but even then, I don't think nationalism would have popped up quite yet as a movement. We actually like them too. Oh god. The ideological inaccuracy pains me. A religious republic. They took innovative ideas instead of religious, so I don't think that makes a lot of sense. It could be that they are just like tolerant of religion, right? Instead of in our own timeline where the French Republic was declared and they like banned religion and were very anti-religion and formed like, what was it called? The Cult of Reason? This revolutionary Bavaria would just be a tolerant one. So, you know, the Pope would not be against that. I don't think religious would make sense, but tolerant would. Especially with how kind of the religious wars played out in this timeline. Oof. All right, this is really simple. I mean, in the RP, right, we have a very weak government right now. It's really just probably the naval and army high command in charge of Sardinia. The Queen Consort is not very capable. Our young king is very young and he's being protected by the military, but he still would not have, obviously, any power. Given we were forced out of the war after losing 55,000 men in a slaughter in Milano by the Papal States. I mean, who's in control right now? It's not the regent, right? There's no way it's the regent. It would be the armed forces are in control right now. I don't think it would be a dictatorship. There'd be too much like patriotism currently going on in Sardinia after beating Castalla. I think it would just be a moment where the military really like asserts its authority like the Burghers used to, and like the clergy did before them. So the Burghers will still be very wealthy and powerful, but I think it's, and it's not even the nobility, right? Our armed forces aren't really in the in the government per se. So I'd say it's just simply the military high command is taking a lot more power in government, and the king will have to deal with that when he comes of age. So the naval and military high command would be in power, and the naval high command would have way more of it given their influence and just everything. I'm just thinking out how this would play out. All right, so here's what happened. In a treaty, or rather, an ambassador was sent from the Papal States after the slaughter of Milano. We're knowing our weakness and our poor position and wishing to support the tolerant revolutionary Republic of Bavaria. The Pope demanded that we exit the war. The regent is not acting on behalf of the government, and instead the Papal States negotiated with the naval high command. We'll just say they're in charge. The land forces are non-existent right now. So it'd be really the naval high command, led by Rodolfo di Lucerna, who negotiated with the Pope on behalf of Sardinia in lieu of the young king who is obviously unable to negotiate. Wherein Sardinia made it very clear that we could fight the naval war but don't want the costs. As such, we agreed to their terms if we had no repercussions taken against us. And obviously, we didn't technically break our word with Castalla, but we promised to fight a war with them. And given our mutual hatred, that will probably not end well. So currently what is happening is that the young king is coming to age. He, remember, is actually in Japan right now. He was sent to study with the Usegei, so he's not even here. The naval high command is basically just in power at the moment. Given that and their priorities, we're going to pay off our loans, we are going to expand the fleet, and then we're going to go back to fighting colonial wars, because that's what they would certainly support at this point. And this is more or less the military government, at least until young King Solomon comes of age. It is a roller coaster in EU4, I swear. What's up, John? How are you doing? Also, I have been ignoring chat. I apologize. I'm just like existentially trying to deal with whatever the fuck this is in Europe. My gosh. I mean, it's so cool and interesting. Don't get me wrong. Because that's the thing, when you play a mega campaign or any Paradox campaign, like you're thinking at it like as you as a player, you're thinking about it how it's like cool historically, especially in a mega campaign, and then you have to think about like what your government would be doing when you're RPing. So it's a lot of very mixed emotions. Oh my gosh. We can go Protestant in some way. We have hatred for the papacy for very long, and while we did fight against the Protestants in the League War, that was a long time ago. Trucco Nero, our last reform we did last session was actually tolerance of religion. So we're a very tolerant religious state, which we'd actually probably share with Bavaria, right? Yeah, freedom of religion. So I don't think it's a case that, I mean, Catholic would technically be the official religion, but we tolerate even the heathen religions in our country, right? So religion's just not a major factor in our government. If Castalla loses the war, could you give their Italian lands to the Pope and RP as the Bavarians, thanking them for their help? Now that's an interesting one, Shovel. Oh, I like that. That's an interesting suggestion. That would make sense. I mean, the Pope's clearly doing it because of his morals and his values, but if the Papal State gets part of Italy out of that deal, No, I like that. That's true. I won't give them all of Italy. That doesn't make sense, I don't think, but we'll have Castalla be forced to transfer maybe like everything south of Firenze to the Pope. That would make sense. I don't want to see our rivals stronger, but there is a lot of sense in that, not gonna lie. Yeah, let's do that. Hope you're doing well, John. I've been keeping up all events that have been going on today. It's quite interesting. In Russia, you mean, right? Yeah, it's been absolutely crazy. Yeah, no, the regent, the Queen Mother, is absolutely a puppet. One of the local nobility in Bonn is so upset and mistreated his subjects that a delegation of peasants has come to the Regency Council asking for redress. Again, the naval commands in power, they would not be very tolerant of rebellion, so we'll deal with the rebels. With an army we do not have, but is coming. What the heck? Castalla released Catalonia and Galicia. What is going on in Iberia? My God. Is this the fucking fall? Oh, wow. Hold on. Where's the revolutionary map mode? How do I get that back? I mean, revolution's spreading. Are we gonna see Iberia break apart to revolutions? Galicia is independent. Catalonia is a vassal. Toulouse is gone now too. Wait, no, they were already still a puppet, weren't they? They were. I just can't look away. Like, we need to be administering Sardinia, but I can't look away from Europe right now. France is in the war now too. They're gonna struggle a bit more here. France is very strong militarily. You know what? Not our problem. We're going back to Asia. We found yet again what happens when we interfere in the affairs of Europe. Now, we did have another big fleet, actually. I'm just completely ignoring it. All right. My gosh. Absolutely wild. I mean, I'm here for the fall. Don't get me wrong. I just wish we could know, like, what the hell is going on in their government right now. She's a tolerant scholar, too. I mean, the Empress is not tyrannical by any means. See what's going on in the New World right now, too. Oh, yeah. Spain did take back a bunch of Cuba, too. Anniversary? Has it been a year already? My gosh. Hell yeah? By the hour? Probably one of my late streams last summer. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you taking the time to enjoy the content I make, man. Appreciate that. And glad you continue to enjoy even after a year. They're in Lombardy. Lombardy is getting unsieged right now. Poor Lotharingia is literally just the battleground of Europe at the moment. I mean, they are just getting sieged in and out, in and out. They have no soldiers left too. Look at that. I'll steal those rebels. I'm very distracted by this gigantic cataclysmic war. Oh, here comes the Castallans. Oh gosh, I wish we could see this war. Respect our flag. We have let all know that our navy is the lord of the seas. However, news has reached us that a certain country failed to promptly show the right amount of respect, and skirmish has resulted. The country is clamoring for war. The Papal States. The Papal States wouldn't show respect, would they? Oh yeah, man. Revolutionary ideas of independence from foreign conquerors. What if we get like the springtime of revolutions just super early or something? I don't think there's anything in EU4 for that though, is there? All right, we'll finish the siege and then we're gonna send our forces off to Asia. Grand Navy. Allow us to create one of the largest and most powerful fleets the world has ever seen. We're gonna get way more capacity for our Navy here. Let's see, what are we up to? And we're gonna send a small escort of heavy ships as well. Guide them back to Asia. Almost 2 years, yeah, what the long time as well. Have a very good night, Trucker Nero. I will see you around, and sleep well. Yeah, it's very late in Europe. These streams are a little rough on Europeans, I know. Do this right. I'll send them with an admiral as well. We'll send Lucerna. Our great admiral and our great general off to Asia. Turn the music down a bit too. It is really blasting right now. Sounds good. Yeah, when I'm done with stream, I'm gonna just read all the articles about what's been going on. So much is happening in Russia. I literally stream and like 10 things have happened already. All right, we have to go back to Hawaii. We stopped our war with the Hawaiians in the middle of this whole affair, and we have to continue that. We made a deal with the Maui, if you remember, to vassalize them and keep them as the king of the Hawaiian Islands. And we have to finish the wars there, which we did not. All right, we're also going to pay off our debts while we're doing these wars, and then we're going to build up a larger trade fleet. I think is the plan. We have a lot of heavy ships, and their quality is without compare. The colonies we still own. Nothing in the New World Levo 20. Nothing at all. We own a couple islands in the Pacific. We own 3 islands in the Pacific, and then we own one of the islands in Hawaii. That is it. The plan of the Naval High Command and the Sardinian government is to build up colonies in Asia where we are not contended by the European powers because we can't contend the Americas anymore. So we're really just going after scraps in the Americas, to put it very bluntly. Try and rebuild some manner of colonial power. I'm gonna embrace some Machiavellianism as well. We're going absolutist. We're going very absolutist. And the naval command's in power. And I mean, they are rather brutal, I would say. So we're gonna embrace that too. I think that fits our current foreign policy. Except to Ruthenia, rest in peace. Right, they will be there shortly. So the war we are going to declare here, then actually, we can literally just bring our troops to Hawaii. I keep forgetting that we actually own that island now. I'm hoping our Casus Belli is up here. It is. Wonderful. Trying to get help from the French? I don't think so. Yeah, in the peace deal, we gave them the last parts of California and the rest of the Balearic Islands, and then we both agreed to declare that war on Bavaria. If out of RP, if I had maintained that war, we actually might have not had to give anything away. But I felt like in the RP, even our government would view that threat as so existential, we'd be willing just to make the peace there and go after them. So it's kind of what we did. And yes, the Byzantines are still ruled by an heir of Genghis Khan, I believe. Oh yes, Andrianos the 8th. Borgian. Well-advised and obsessive perfectionist. He's not very competent, though. And Chagatai have completed their conquest of the Ming, too. We will have a Sunni China. Ridiculous. All right. It'll take me a minute to get back into the flow of the EU4. I'm just so disconcerted by what happened. Not to beat the horse to death. I really wish there was a military estate. That would be really cool to have. We can give them total power. And the nobility just does not fit what they are, I don't think. So, wait. Let's remove that, actually. Doesn't make any sense. We were forced out of the war with revolutionary Bavaria by the Papal States, Jay. And Bavaria is now 1v2ing Castalla and France, I believe. Yup. They're holding both of them off. Folks, I'm gonna be honest. There's a good chance we're going into Stellaris as Germany. I'm gonna be honest. There's a pretty good chance that happens. Only the Chagatai could probably contend them at this point. Yeah, they are absolutely built different. What's up, Ulster? Regarding gaming this week, I'm down, by the way, if you want to do like Monday or Tuesday. So I never responded to your Discord DM. I mean, they won't have their broken ideas in Victoria 3, I suppose, so things may go very different there. We'll have to just see. Wild. Wild. All right. Our troops have arrived in Hawaii. We're going to finish up the wars with those islanders and then unite them underneath the Maui. I'm gonna have to do some save edits to do what we were gonna do in the RP. Just a reminder, we made a deal when we landed in the Hawaiian Islands when we were fighting 3 of the islands, except for the Maui. The Maui king made an offer to us in the RP that in exchange for becoming the king of all of Hawaii, he is willing to become our vassal if we give all the lands of the other kings to him. So he made a deal with the devil. We just got into that giant war with Castalla. Oh man, we lost all our cores. Jesus. Oh yeah, here's the revolutionary map, I forgot. Let's take a look at that one more time too. Oh boy, it do be growing. That's spreading into Lombardy and Castalla now. Spreading into Lithuania and into Sweden. What if it hits the Chagatai? Can the revolution actually go east? Is that a thing? Look at the unrest. Am I reading that right? Oh my gosh, yeah. France has 85 absolutism. Look at the unrest they're getting from the revolution. France is about to go into a civil war. It's going into Castalla too. Look at that. I've never seen didn't they do a bunch of changes to Revolution? I haven't played a full EU4 campaign from when they added this stuff. That's so cool, not gonna lie. Leave it a bit, Solster. Appreciate that, man. This is just like watching one of those, you know, really crazy like history documentaries on the History Channel, but like instead you've been playing it for a year of real life time, so it's just so crazy. Alrighty. Anyway, colonialism. We'll have to fight the Maui too. I'm gonna conquer all 4 of them, and then we're gonna release the Maui is how we'll do this, and make them our vassal. We still have a truce with them. What about Hawaii? Yep. 5 more years. We could fight the Maui directly though. It's kind of fail RP though, given the deal we made. Yeah, let's hold off on those wars and see if there's any other colonial stuff to fight here instead. Everything else is just ruled by all the big empires of Asia. We could try and land in New Zealand, but they are so strong too. In grand campaigns, a lot of the world gets hyper developed, and Asia's no different. All these islands have like 50, 60 development too, so they're like very populated and very wealthy. This is not like the Pacific of our timeline in 1731. Let's look at Indonesia again. We might just have to fight the War of the Hosokawa. We'd have to bring in a whole navy, though. There is yet again no easy options for us. It wouldn't be the first time a European power went back on a deal they made. Now, that is very true, actually. Could one of my mods make a poll for whether or not if we break our deal with the Maui King? We don't need to do it. There's no rush to take Hawaii. But you are right. With the naval command in power and our Machiavellianism recently just fully adopted as our foreign policy, can you put up a poll real quick? Everyone who votes is currently a member of the Naval High Command, various officers or admirals who are deciding the really everything for Sardinia right now. So y'all can decide if there's anyone. If not, I can do it. I know a lot of my mods may have gone to bed since it is late in Europe. Barring that, let's look at any other wars we could fight here. The Usegei are our allies, so we obviously will not contend them or any of their subsidiaries. Easton. Those are the guys we're playing in Fallen Eagle. Oh, they're allied to the Chagatai. That's a nope. Now that is interesting. I can do it, no worries. All right, I'm gonna give you guys two options. Let me lay them out real quick before I do it. So we have found another potential target. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Thank you. So this is very interesting. There's a sultanate in modern day Malaysia called the Pahang. They are not that strong. They also don't have a big navy, and they're allied to Oman. If we could win this war navally, oh, we're incredibly bloodthirsty, Levo. Like, we have just gone, like, full survival mode. There's no morality left, if any ever existed in House Torres. Not that they're in charge. Solomon is still a child. He's 11. The Naval High Command is in power, and, I mean, if anything, they have had an education in brutality of our history. I mean, we are just, like, bloodthirsty colonizers right now, is what we are. Nothing other than that. Now, if we fight them and we beat them navally, if we beat the Omanese Navy and we beat the Navy of Pahang, which is going to be very easy, we would be able to take concessions from Oman in Indonesia, and we could even take land from Pahang, which they have both in, obviously, the mainland archipelago and then central Indonesia. They would be a very good war to start. Now, the cost is we'd actually have to bring our whole navy from Europe, which is dangerous, of course. Phantom point inflation is there for a very good reason, what the? So I am going to keep that. I've had that on like forever. Destroy and betray them. I think you all are doing a very good job of role-playing out the Naval High Command, I have to say. I do think that they also would be absolutely morally scrupulous. So we are going to break our word with the Maui. Let me go back to another playlist, though. I like classical music, but I don't think it quite fits the current situation. All right. In that case, after landing our army in the islands of Hawaii, as well as bringing our navy, the king of Maui had not seen us for probably 5 to 10 years and figured we'd come back to end the wars that we had planned to do with Hawaii and to honor our treaty with King Kiki Kalio'ikaka. Unfortunately, we are not there for those reasons. At the behest of the Naval High Command, our forces are there with a simple order: to conquer every remaining island and bring them directly under the control of Sardinia. Which we will do so. Sink their navy. Who owns Vinland? I think it's independent actually now. Let's look. Yeah, it's independent. They're allied with, is Norway even alive? Yeah, they are. I think. No, they are still actually a colony of Norway, surprisingly. I don't know how Norway still has control there. Vinland is still a colony of Norway. Eriksfjord has actually managed to survive. They were that nation I put in with Savettes to represent the British colony that existed and was abandoned at the end of CK3 from that cool mod we had on. They've never been conquered. I guess Greenland's just so unvaluable that no one has bothered to subjugate or conquer them. We're gonna go into Vicky 3 with an independent Greenland. Maybe. There's still kings too. America? Hold up. What? Culturally British American? The War of Bavaria Spartan. We initially had like won a battle in Italy. Then we went north and got stack wiped in a slaughter in Milan. And then a demand for peace from the Pope was given. So the Pope demanded we peace out Bavaria or they joined the war. And given we had no army left, we agreed to it. Anyway, back to the War of the Maui. We're currently doing European things here. Our Navy's harassing us. Let's wait for this. No comparison at all to our European ships. Keep it there. We should win this. More piracy from Cuba. We'll try and hunt them down as we can. We do have a good fleet for a reason. And there's no way the Naval Command would tolerate that. We will take this battle. We don't have enough troops. Let's recruit a detachment of Marines. You're very welcome. Yeah, we literally just cannot siege it out. All of these Pacific Islands have star fortresses because they're so developed and wealthy. That's ridiculous. Oh boy. The revolution is growing. Consul Otto Hopp has overthrown the government in Lusatia and declared a revolutionary republic in northern Germany. It is growing, ladies and gentlemen. They're still both losing. Kind of makes sense for them to be American. They've been isolated from Britain for so long by now. Greenland should be culturally distinct. That is very true. Yeah. Solomon is studying hard. Good. He's still in Japan, I believe. He'll have a lot of liking for the Usegei, I think. So we're gonna really support them once he comes to power. He's probably spent like 5 or 6 years studying there. I'll go up to speed 4 at this point. I really do like the late models they've made in EU4. I don't normally tend to care much for those or notice them, but the ones in the late period are really nice. My gosh. We just lose. Was that a general or an admiral? We just lost a general. Very far ahead. Let's see if we can recruit a few more. A 6 maneuver, somewhat useful. Cyrus de l'Aquila. Aquila. There we go. Given we have all the extra military power, we're gonna blow down the wall of our artillery. Why do you only stream on Saturday and Sundays? Because I do a lot of stuff in the week, Cheese, including work. Isn't it funny they made a unique model for every Irish tag at the start date? Did they actually? Wonder what the chances one like the graphics designers was Irish and just did it because why not? And they included it. Seems very strange. I mean, didn't they originally advertise as Ireland as like a good starting place in EU4 to learn? I think I remember that from way back in the day. I could be wrong though. Solomon has been lacking interest in the subject he is studying and it's beginning to affect his education. Too bad. So here's the plan that the Naval High Command has concocted in the last couple of years of rule now that they're firmly in control. Obviously, when Solomon still comes to power, he will be in complete control. But I imagine even the military would be very involved with his education, especially since he's getting a naval education, which I gave him. So he'd probably kind of be in their pocket and they'd be very close. The plan is after we conquer the rest of the Hawaiian Islands, we're going to perpetrate a war of the Paeng with our allies in Usegei to take the remaining colonies we can take in Indonesia from them and defeat Oman. And when that war is done, given especially the support of, I'm sure, the young king for the Usegei, we're going to support them in a direct war of the Hosokawa and oust them from all their colonial holdings we can take, as well as to let the Usegei get back much of the land in central Japan. So we'll be fighting colonial wars and supporting our allies in the ongoing multi-hundred-year war, civil war in Japan. Or I guess the end of the Warring States period. I don't even know what you would call that at this point. Hard to say. Cold War? Well, it's not really cold anymore. The Netherlands have insulted us. They're getting a little big for their britches, aren't they? It's House Oranje? Really? Yeah, we're rival to the Netherlands. I find it funny they make a... I already read that. Honestly? Just trying to maintain good relations with all the European powers so they don't notice what we're doing. Not that Asia interests many of them, but still. The Netherlands has a spice trade. The discovery of the East Indian trade route has ushered in an age of the spice trade. With new trade routes available, controlling the flow of spices like pepper or cinnamon has become more important than ever. We are about to make a play for it ourselves shortly. Vikings called the Byzantine Empire Miklagar, meaning great city. They also borrowed the exact same name from North Africa. Really? Great city marketplace. That's really cool. People state up to their old tricks. Navy here as well. We'll just call them the Admiralty from now on. I know that EU4 doesn't have it, but just basically imagine there's a new faction in our country now called the Admiralty. We can't interact with it mechanically, but they're going to be a thing in the RP because they've gotten so powerful. And they'd be so respected by our country too, right? I think Admiralty is simple to say. We'll go with that. Yet another period where we will be beholden to another faction in our government. An ongoing theme in EU4. Sounds like Sardinia is pulling some Belgian Congo type stuff in Hawaii. I wouldn't say quite so bad, but definitely the part where we try and get Europe to just ignore what we're doing. Absolutely. The Maui have unconditionally surrendered. I want both of the islands though. And we'll have to siege it out first. Let's go ahead and fire on their fortress. Baghdad is also a great city. You never fucking find Hawaii on this map. I keep going too far back east every time. I can see it because the Navy was carrying the War of Spain. Yeah, they've carried us for really every war we fought. They would have been, you know, the military that also got us all our colonies originally. They've been the only competent part of Sardinia in like the last 400 years. So not only would they have considerable political influence and have a large portion of the budget being given to them, probably without a lot of strings, but the people of Sardinia themselves would probably have almost complete faith in them, despite having it in almost no one else. So yeah, it's a very powerful faction to deal with. Let's defeat their navy before we take the peace here. Might pick up a transport ship or something. Barks, it's fine. All right, we will take both, as well as all the gold we can carry. And we will complete the conquest then in 3 years. We have completely broken our agreement with the King of the Maui and are directly taking control there. I mean, we're colonizers. We are not moral. We'll send the barks back to let's actually privateer in Polynesia. Imagine talking about it and the other person doesn't know if the other person's talking about Byzantine, North Africa, or Baghdad. That would be pretty confusing, wouldn't it? Is it bad that I'm hoping the revolution spreads through Europe just so they can form a bloc against Castalla? No, not at all. I think the other thing that you should consider, though, is that it's actually spreading to Castalla, last we checked. Lot of you coming. That's crazy. They're both losing. God, the brutality of this war. All right, I'm gonna put up another poll. I don't want, I'm very conflicted here. When I played these in the past by myself when I didn't stream, like I really was very liberal with like making AI do things to tell my own story. But I do feel like we've done a much more realistic free form of things. I'm gonna put up a poll. I'm gonna let you guys decide on this one with no context. I'm trying not to involve too heavily with things politically, but given the AI in EU4 does nothing beyond like just metagame mechanics, really. I'll at least put up a poll. If you say yes, I will edit this in. Because I just think this makes a lot of sense given they're also ruled by an emperor, honestly. Poll is up. Or an empress, I should say. An infertile, calm woman. This is basically just like Queen Elizabeth. Infertile, but very competent. 6 martial, too. My gosh. Vikings called Wales Valsland, meaning land of the foreigners. And Wales and Vikings makes me think of the Vinland Saga. Fuck. Alright. Plan then is to wait for all of our transport ships. We're going to be bringing all our fleets over, by the way, for this coming war. This is going to be a very, very big one. This is our first all-in war in Asia is what we're about to be preparing for. How old's the king now? 13. He'll come of age in this war. You know what that means? Correct, JV. Yeah, coalition wars. Just like what happened when France went revolutionary in real life. Good supplies. Or recruit another admiral too. A name I can optimally be able to pronounce here. Renacaletti, I can say. Oh my god! A 6552 admiral! Renacaletti, my gosh. Fresh out of the Caesarea Naval Academy, I guess. Holy hell. Yes, all right. How close was that? I'm curious. Close. All right. Given that both France and Castalla are losing against revolutionary Bavaria, and given they are not Christians but Anglicans, so they'd have a lot of distaste for what the Pope did, Britain will be joining the war. They'll call the Netherlands too. I think given that that's another monarchy, given that their allies in the Netherlands are also under threat, and given Bavaria is 1v2ing Europe's two greatest powers besides them and Byzantium, Britain would join. So we're going to see Britain kind of play out like they did in the coalition wars here, and that they're not directly in threat but can do a lot to intervene. So another great power in Europe has intervened against a revolutionary government, now led by Luitpold von Sternberg, who is not very competent except for military. Has the revolution spread to Britain yet? No, it hasn't. Not yet, at least. All right. We'll wait for the rest of our transport ships, and then we're going to sail with our entire fleet to Asia. We'll allow them passage, of course. Our heir is going to keep focusing on Navy. We're not going to allow him to stop doing that. Still can't privateer Sevilla. That's a shame. Vikings sold Cyprus Kupros, meaning Copper Islands. Usegei no longer considers us a rival. Is that an insult, or are they just like too powerful now? There should be a stable government. Several of the leading members of the government are deeply worried about some changes that have recently proposed to how the realm should be ruled. Probably the Admiralty. They demand a stop to such outrageous reforms and return to our tried and trusted traditions. Naturally, they avoid mentioning how the changes would impact their own power base. We will refuse. Hell is going on? Overextension. Oh, yeah, of course. Stability increases. Our decision to give more power to local magnates has ensured that the people of importance feel good about our government. So they are telling everyone how well they are being governed. Unexpected, but fantastic. All right, we're sailing towards no, not quite yet. I'm jumping the gun here. We got to wait for the repairs. This is high risk. If we get hit in Europe, we're going to be screwed. We have good relations with a lot of Europe, though. Are there any other alliances we can get? We still could have more. Take a quick look. I doubt it, but you never know. Moravia. Maybe in Asia? Oh. Very few are willing to ally us. No surprise. If we really wanted to, we could ally France, but not a chance in hell. We are not granting export license to the nobles. That is not happening. We've gotten that event before. They're continuing to try to get it. Alrighty. The fleet sails under Bernat Galetti. The protege of the Sassari Naval Academy is sailing east with reinforcements, preparing for the great war we have planned with Oman and their allies. Fleet, there you are. Head to our naval base in Hawaii. Ship's penny. Ships are expensive. What we need to do is get other people to help pay for them. The ship's penny is a perfect example of this. Did you know that there was a time in the British Empire where the entire cost of building new ships and maintaining the British Armada, which was the biggest in the war, was all paid with by tea tariffs? That's true. Something similar, I guess. All right, he's about to come of age very shortly, in a year's time. I'm sure he's come back from Japan probably a few years ago, and would fully be supporting the wars we're about to do. Yes, indeed. You're going after the Indies. We know well the welfare. We know well the population. We know well the valuable spices. Focus on Navy helps air. Oh, wonderful. He's doing very good with his education. Fantastic. Hopefully the Navy has taught him well. Improved steam engine. Improving upon the design of earlier atmospheric engines, the entrepreneur and inventor Yorinder Doria di Siri has managed to create a new type of machine that makes use of separate condenser and rotary motion instead of oscillating one of previous engines. Operating at just above the atmospheric pressure, Yorinder Doria di Siri's steam engine promises to be twice as productive as earlier models and will prove invaluable as a means to drive machinery in all types of industrial enterprises. We're literally having like the early industrial revolution in Cagliari right now. My gosh. Introduction of the steam engine. Whoa. Might make sense for us to develop. Cagliari also produces coal. I think that's why we're getting these events, right? Yeah, they do. Oh, that's a crash. Oh. Maybe our tech was too far ahead and EU4 didn't like that. I hope we get that event again. We might have lost that. That's a shame. I saw your YouTube video. That was quite entertaining. Which one, John? The Vic 3 one? I forgot to put a thumbnail on there, actually. Need to do that after. Yeah, no kidding, Cheese. We're so far ahead. I mean, I took like that reform early on to focus on hyper-industrialization because we need some way to compete with Europe given our size, so we're kind of innovating out of necessity really right now. Oh, the emergency meeting? Yeah. Glad you enjoyed it. Boy. Vic 3 is gonna be so cool, man. Because we already have a bunch of tech, so I may do a bunch of save edits to make Europe actually ahead on technology in Vicky 3. I'm not opposed to that. Because we are kind of further ahead than real life. Because again, like, we had the atmospheric engine over 100 years early here. Or really around 100 years early, I think. You take Mexico to save Sardinia? Do you have any idea who you're talking about? JV? That's Castalla's crown colony. 200,000 men at their command. They, like, oh my gosh. That would save us, you're right, but I'd love to know how the hell we'd pull that off. Oh, we did get the autosave. Let's hope we got that event. Else, let's take a little look at Mexico before we go in. Yeah, this is a 1300 development Mexico you're talking about, who dominates the entire western seaboard of Central and North America. Fix the labor shortage. Oh, okay, I get you. Never mind. I understand now. I didn't connect those dots for a minute. Right. While we're building, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be back in just a moment. right, I'm back. Yeah, good to go from the looks of it. Let's see if we got that event still. Atmospheric engine, canals and turnpikes. No, we didn't. Hopefully we get that event again. The autosave did not happen before it. Oh well, all good. Yeah, this is actually pretty early. We hadn't even left of our fleet yet. Oh gosh, all right. That is a shame. What caused that crash? You can go look at the log later. I'm gonna follow Zackerblock der Ixte. I'm trying to pronounce German, I promised. I'm doing my best. They would follow. You never know I took 2 years of German in high school. You never know it. I still don't know why my teacher passed me in that class. I think because she wanted me to just graduate because we had to pass it. Probably. I'm not very good with languages. If anyone has watched me more than 5 minutes, that should be very clear. You know when you struggle with your natural language that there's a language barrier there. Local harvest expert discovered. Our local officials in Constantina report that a local man, Cyrus Del Marco, has some rather intriguing ideas of how to improve the harvest. However, he's reluctant to leave his hometown. Goods produced would be very nice, not gonna lie. Who's our current Diplo advisor? Ah, he's with the Burghers. We'll let him do what he's doing. Bit of a waste, but the trade efficiency is much more important given we really actually don't have a lot of provinces left, honestly. Is this before or after Britain joined the war? I might have to do that again too. Yeah, they hadn't joined the war yet either. Wow, this autosave was a while. That crash sucked. I'll go make them join the war again. Given that there is a full-blown coalition war going on in revolutionary Bavaria. Damn it. I really don't want to unpause if we're not. Oh, I don't trust EA not to screw Sardinia right now. 18 days. We'll wait till then. Yeah, I really do not trust the AI with Sardinia. What's funny is I got to bypass the language requirement in high school because Sentinel Vanguard counted it as a fine art. Man, the hoops they will jump through to get people to actually graduate high school in America. You gotta love it. Cottage industry. Whoa. Economic development is not always about conflict. It seems rich merchants in some of the burgher-dominated cities have been attempting to bypass various guild privileges by outsourcing work to homes of families living outside the city. The fact that this putting out system has been a very profitable strategy only further inflames the anger of the artisans of the city who feel that ancient rights have been trampled and that the carefully managed prices of their products will suffer. Of course, the Sardinian artisans now turn to Queen Regent to defend their privileges, or really the Admiralty. As the city council has been unable to root out competition outside the city. I don't think the Admiralty would have much sympathy for that. We're not the Burghers. They're not the Burghers, rather. So, no, we're not going to intervene. It's late for the last of our ships, and we'll send our troops or reinforcements to Asia again. And then we're going to go into the big war. This will be a really interesting one. It's also going to be logistically such a pain. I fought wars in Indonesia before the EU4, and my gosh, they are a little bit cancerous. A little bit. Regional nobility challenges Sardinia and Corsica. Local nobility in Orancinus are not satisfied with their granted privileges. They demand more rights and are willing to back this up with rebellion against Sardinia. I mean, this is a pseudo-junta, and military governments tend not to be very tolerant of rebellions. That's a lot of soldiers, though. This is right before a major war we're fighting in Asia. We can't be dealing with these sorts of issues and build a whole new military in Europe. So the Admiralty will make a deal with them, and then we'll prepare to go west. Please tell me. Oh no, we lost that admiral too. I hate crashes, dude. Oh, we got so railed by that crash. What's up, Peran Hamo? How are you doing? Yeah, surprisingly, we completely got smashed in the War of Bavaria. Well, kind of. Well, he did. God damn it. All right, let's pray for another good admiral. Or I guess not pray, hope. We're not very religious as a country anymore, are we? So I have a good name. Rodolfo Osorio, a good name. Come on, come on. Not bad, not bad. Rodolfo Osorio is a 6542. Only one pip lower than the other admiral we got before the crash. We'll work with that. All right, we're sailing to the port in Hawaii, and from there, we'll launch our war. That's not it. Some of these that we're not going to do. Can we actually make any new states? Fiji, my gosh. Yeah, let's actually state Fiji. Why not? We're very tolerant. And they are very valuable. In terms of damage control, could be much worse. We have one single galley who didn't make it to the fleet before being constructed. We'll send him to protect the port of Sassari. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, they're gonna win that battle. Woo! We got it! Yes, okay, we did get the event. It fired. We did get the steam engine event, thank goodness. Cagliari, my gosh. Please don't crash again. I hope that event doesn't cause it to crash or something. Let's develop Cagliari some more. Let's get it up to 50. It's turning into a manufacturing hub. I don't care the cost. There we go, 50. And we will build Grand Shipyard there as well. Hyper developed Cagliari. Cagliari may actually end up getting bigger than our capital if it's the home to such crazy industrialization. Well, maybe not. It could be like DC in like, you know, New York type situation or, yeah. You think Sardinia is going to exist in EU4? At this point, I really don't know, Cheese. I have no idea. No idea. There was a time I could have given a confident answer. That time is gone. You might want to save real quick to, in case you lose the event. Very true. Let's do that. Let's drill while we wait. Instead of loafing about on these lovely islands in the Pacific. How's GDP based in Vic 3 using the converter? I believe factories are based on development and buildings, I want to say. Oh boy. We have the counter-revolution. Increased unrest in our area. Stability cost modifier increase and reduction of prestige yearly, because we are a part of the old regime. Revolution's permeated into Iberia now. Oh boy. It's getting bad. Europe is an actual flaming dumpster fire right now. To be fair, not all hope is lost. No, not by any means. We still have a lot we can do here. Is that all the troops that made it? Yeah, out of 6K. Wow, okay. And there he is. The king who will decide the future of House Torres. Ignore the name. I keep not fixing it in the save edit when we had that bug. So, Solomon IV Torres at 623. His attention to detail and superior administrative skills will aid us. We gave him a naval education. She had not fully completed yet. Let's see what we get out of it. We need to get a wife and we need to get an heir. I don't suppose we could do something really crazy, could we? No. No, we cannot. 6 hours late. What's up, Tull? How are you doing? A royal marriage in Europe. Man, Obertingis would be perfect, but... they're really not that strong, are they? I mean, they've lost... oh, they're out of manpower fighting Bavaria. Castalla's holding out. They are losing bad, though, from all the war battles. No family to marry into. Angria or Hesse? What if Hesse? They're allied with the revolutionary, are they? You haven't been allied with Hesse in a long time. You're not very strong, though. That's the thing. We want a very optimally have strong allies to marry. Wait. You could do a royal marriage with revolutionary Bavaria's current ruler. Am I reading this right? Britain has joined the they've joined the coalition against Bavaria, so no. Am I seeing this correctly? A bold fighter. Wonderful. A strong king. Well overdue. Oh, now that Solomon has taken the first steps to be king, it's finally time to tell what his education has brought him. Masterful naval education, morale of navies, ship sailor recovery speed, yearly naval tradition, and he got 2 martial. His military skill is going to go all the way up to, I think 5, right? Did I read that right? Yeah. Well, he's a 625 bold fighter. Oh. That's like a breath of fresh air. My gosh. A good king. We need one. Holy hell, we need a strong king. My gosh. I can breathe a little easier. Holy heck. That's so big. So he's an interesting character. His father died during the War of Castalla, if you remember, and he was 6 years old. He would have remembered that War of Castalla. His early years would have been dominated by the politics of the court, where our nation went to war like so many others in Europe with a revolutionary republic in Bavaria, which he'd probably hate from that reason. He's been brought up primarily by his mother, but probably really the Admiralty, right? So he'd be very loyal, I'd imagine, and very close with the Sardinian Admiralty. He spent probably like 5 or 6 years abroad studying in the Usegei after they offered to tutor him. So he'd have probably a very close relationship with Lady Aya. She's pretty old now, yeah, 62. So he's already a very well-traveled man, a very capable one. He's taken amazingly to naval combat, so he understands it very well. Really the protege of, I'm sure he might have even gone to the Naval Academy a little bit. There's no building in the game, but there'd definitely be one at this point. And given all that, he's a 625. So diplomatically, we're not very competent. So we'll probably struggle to make good diplomatic decisions, but we're a very capable military mind and a very capable administrator, and that is exactly what we need right now. So we're not stupid, but we're gonna take shots when we see them too. Man, he's an interesting guy. This'll be fun. Right. Let's get ourselves a new advisor. Trade efficiency. Oh, he's from the old colonies that we don't control anymore. But again, we still do need a royal marriage. But again, am I reading that absolutely batshit crazy thing the map's telling me right? Hold up, we gotta find out. It's like Smeagol in the ring right now. I mean, after all, why shouldn't I take it? Can someone set up a poll for that real quick? This is fresh blood. This is a new time. Yeah. Can one of the mods set up a poll for that? I will at least put it into a poll. We could royal marriage into our distant relatives in Castalla. They like us now. Yeah, he is bold. And he has no diplomatic ability. So he doesn't know what he could be starting, right? There's a lot of bad things that could come out of that a man like this wouldn't see. He'd see their big army. And he'd want that. All right, let's get ready for the big one here. I wonder who made that poll, how it's worded. I wonder. Who would have made that poll? A little bit of a bias in there. All right. The army is ready in the islands of Hawaii. The fleet is ready. Every single one of our great 3-decker ships of war ready. A few 2-deckers too. This is a big call. So just, yeah, this is one of the biggest pulls of the campaign, I'd say right now. A lot of good and a lot of bad could come if we do go into that. We have cooperated with them more recently too. Oh boy. That, oh. And it is reasonable that it could happen, not gonna lie. Everybody wants to rule the world? Yeah, we'll do a little intermission song real quick. I'm gonna play You're gonna get the Bardcore version though. It's because it's really good. Oh my gosh, 10-5, really? Did not expect that. That's way too loud. Apologies. Maria, she's a tolerant scholar too. I mean, like, very much in the vein of what we are. Up to 5. Alrighty. The young king will present himself to the courts of Cordoba and ask, setting aside hundreds of years of war and rivalry, the hand of a princess of Castalla. Whew. Maymuna. She's not very competent either, is she? 143. All right. You listen closely, you can hear the sound of our ancestors just screaming from hell. She's 30 years old? Who the fuck did they give us? What kind of insult? I mean, to be fair, she's old. All her children would be very old. He married a woman double his age. Solomon, you fucking legend. Jesus, man. He knows what he likes. You know, you gotta respect the man. You gotta respect it. I'm just thinking, you know, when he got to the court of Cordoba, they offered him a number of suitable women from the Torchitara royal family, including many young women his own age. But no. He chose Maymuna Torchitara Guadiado, a very beautiful, fine woman, well into her middling years. Spurning many younger women who are great beauty, despite her age. Oh boy. Solomon, you dirty dog. You dirty, dirty dog. Whew. You gotta respect it. I mean, I feel like he'd be a little mature for his age, though, wouldn't he? Given all the war and traveling to strange lands and all that kind of thing. Checks out. Okay. So, obviously Solomon would have been made aware in his younger years that a plan that the Admiralty had concocted and would fully back it, given he spent time in Asia, he spent time with the Usegei. He understands, you know, militarily, administratively, that Asia is our future. The plan the Admiralty has devised is a colonial war for the paying, who are relatively weak by Asian standards compared to many of the great powers, and with only one strong ally in Oman, who also don't have a very strong army or navy and control lands in Indonesia ripe for the taking. This will be a one-sided war declared against them, where you'll use our navy first to sink their fleets and then bring the entire army, which is currently sitting in harbor in Hawaii, to siege out their colonies and force good terms upon them. They own quite a lot of land too, I believe. So that's the plan. Hey, he's a damn cougar hunter. You goddamn right. Pretty sure our ancestors would probably be rolling in their graves so fast to get a harness it for electricity. True, it's actually being used to fuel the early industrial revolution in Cagliari. It's not coal. It's just Torres' ancestors rolling at a ridiculously quick rate. So yeah, checks out. The king should lead the war. I agree. But he also has to consummate his marriage and have some children in Europe, so he will not be sailing out to lead his men. He'd be very involved in the planning, I'm sure, but he has his royal duty to attend to first. Alrighty, it's time. Not a lot. The Usegei are in their own war right now, so they won't be helping us, which is fine. And we sail. We'll attempt to siege out Omani Papua first. That's our main strategic objective in this war. If we succeed in that, we'll go after the rest of Paying's regions in Indonesia. And if that is all successful, we'll siege out Paying proper, which will be very difficult. They have a fairly large army, actually. At least in comparison to our Asian army. Byzantium's at war with the Papal States and Cuba. Never a dull moment in Europe, is it? Never a single dull moment. Did Britain peace out of the war? Britain went to war with France? The hell? Did I declare the wrong war? Oh no. Or did the AI start that? This is why you don't mess with the timeline, man. It's like time travel. Yeah, I guess they pieced out Bavaria and went to war with France to take advantage. You do have to respect that, not gonna lie. All right, we've got our fleet in Indonesia. Let's bring our forces and land them in Papua. Search any other fleets we can find. Quality wool. Oh, yeah. Did we just trap them in Singapore or in the islands? No, they can still cross. Never mind. There it is. Let's go escort the main fleet. That's the priority. Yeah, for real though. using an existential European crisis for their own means. That's very Britain. Checks out. And we have landed. Britain and France's hatreds for each other transcends timelines. True. It's like that Doctor Strange meme. I looked at the 10 million timelines. In how many did France and England not hate each other? 1. That's about right. Yeah, we're gonna take this very quickly. My gosh. We have a port in Indonesia now too. Look for their fleet again. The Castalla have gone to war with them as well. Good, they actually may have more land forces. They do. Oh boy. Where else are their holdings? They own land in Vietnam. We do not need to get a border with the Chagatai though. That's not something we need. They will have to split their forces. Yes, they will. They own the islands over here too. The Sentinelese, I think? No, the Andamans. That'd be very strategically useful. Let's wait until the Kutai land men on the mainland and bring their forces. Then we can basically fold them in and take advantage. Much like a lot of Europeans, we're taking advantage of the internal wars of Indonesian tribes and nations to get what we want. Slipping right in unnoticed. We have an air. Oh man, 413. You know what we need? Oh yeah. Name our son Lysandro. A man like Solomon would very much probably idealize Lysandro, so we'll name our firstborn son. Also, our wife's a naive enthusiast. Yeah. We'll land our forces on the mainlands. And the music is very fitting, isn't it? A couple of times it's hit very good today. We should use our tech to send France into the ocean. It's the only way. Oh, going to war with them would... We were stronger. This would when we make the play for Florida, but we're not strong enough yet. They do have a lot of soldiers too. Their tech is completely caught up as well. Take the island of Banca and then go north from there. Their idea is a Cyrus Balbo. In a thinly veiled attack on King Solomon IV, Cyrus Balbo, a renowned philosopher at the University of Cagliari, has published a treatise protesting against the excesses of absolute rule. Unfortunately, it seems that his work is both very persuasive and very popular with the intelligentsia, who have taken to quoting certain key passages of it whenever they wish to argue against government policies. No, we don't need to spread the revolution to the Mediterranean. Oh, God. It's only the Mediterranean. What's the worst that can happen? We need another army in Europe too. We just can't afford one yet. Lack of demand for embroidery in Tunisia. Pew and Castalla. Very unlikely. Theoretically could happen. I doubt it. We will take Seahawks. Allow us to focus heavily on military advancements and thereby increase our naval tradition. That could be written a little bit more. The queen consort of our illustrious king, Mayamuna, recently brought us a request from her family. It's always the in-laws, isn't it? Torcitor Guadiato of Castalla. Apparently, there's a new leader in Castalla. Oh boy, who is this? Emperor Asbat II, an expansionist, 26 years old. Oh God, the in-laws. Emperor Asbat II has been troubled with diplomatic scandals lately and has asked us, his most trusted friends, if we can help in any way. His letter's filled with compliments on our international reputation and well-mannered representatives. We are very well liked in Europe, to be fair. No, that's the Emperor, Asbat. We'll do him a favor. Doesn't hurt to have the Emperor of Castalla owing us a favor, I'd say. March into Pagaruyung. They're at war with Hosokawa as well. Oh, what the hell are we doing? Go straight the fuck in! Oh my gosh. Here we go! This is our moment. I'd play an Eminem song if it wasn't just so, hold on, I could play Bardcore Eminem. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Alright. I don't want to play the real one because it's immersion breaking, but I'll play Bardcore. This is very fitting right now. Oh boy. This is a big moment. Our European borders secure. Our forces rapidly expanding in Asia. Come on, get there before they do. Oh. We'll go north, knock their fleet out of port. Oh, that's a big army. Oh, they're leaving? That's dangerous though, look at that. If we take the island for, oh no, we can't, crap. Knock the walls the fuck down, let's go. We take here, we'll come back to this. Are we all in, or can we escape? Played the song too early. Fuck! Win or die, gentlemen! Come on! Fuck! Retreat! We can get out. Okay, we can get to the boats. We got routed, but we can get out. We're not gonna lose all our troops there. Big! We'll go recover in the ports we seized. Big loss, but we didn't lose all our troops in Asia. A new pope as well. If they send their army in to knock out their army, we're fine. Why not? Castalla is no longer the economic hegemon. Papal states are really causing problems with us, aren't they? Oh, look at that prestige. That's not good. We could outmaneuver them and take their northern holdings in Vietnam. You know what? Screw it. If nothing else, we can use it as a distraction to pull their troops out of where we really want, right? I can't believe he somehow chose a bad time to make Castalla an ally in decline. Every time we ally someone, they inevitably fall. The play the whole time was just to ally with our enemies and watch them fall, honestly. Every single time we have made an ally, they inevitably fall. Like clockwork. We're playing 4D chess. We know that when we ally someone, they fall. We're actually not allied with Castalla, but you know what I mean. Oh boy. Is that a revolt in Caesarea? Oh God. You gotta be kidding me. Walking peasants, man. We're gonna have to go back to Europe to kill these fucking upstarts. Oh my God. Blood for the blood god. We're gonna be back. Not a single one will go home to their families. Not one. Unbelievable. Our poor fucking army just being like carted back and forth between Asia and Europe because we can't maintain one large enough to do both. Oh. We're not granting licenses to the nobles. That is not happening under any circumstances. It's the job of the people states to be a gigantic pain in the ass. That is true. You're right. It checks out. They are doing their job. You can't deny them that. Bavaria pieced out with Castalla. I think they lost land to Lothringia, though. It looks like it. Oh my god. This is the end of France, by the way. They're getting partitioned by Britain and Bavaria. Also, we need to think about what our next, what are these things called? Abilities. Anti-revolutionary zeal would make a lot of sense. Napoleonic warfare, given we're just constantly fighting now. Diplomats would make a lot of sense. Royal Navy would make a lot of sense. I'll do Royal Navy. Given that the Admiralty is in charge, we'll do that one. That makes the most sense. I keep wanting to take this, but we shouldn't. What mod gives so many Splendor options? Let me go link the whole mod pack to you. I'm actually not too sure. It's one of the ones that I've got. It is somewhere in the mod list I'm currently using for the game. And yes, the French are dying. Normally this would be cause for celebration, and don't get me wrong, it is. But given the political ramifications of what's happening right now, it's going to be very hard to celebrate, I'd say. You are very welcome. They can't even siege out the Star Fort we have either. Look at that. Get rid of this, so I'm just going to keep clicking on it. We'll be back! We have some more of these loans. One step forward, 2 steps back. Yeah, Byzantium's gonna take all this land in North Africa, I bet, aren't they? Rome is sieged out by Rome, I guess, technically. You know we gotta. The Pope has 10,000 soldiers left. Ravaged and besieged by Byzantium. They are without defenders. Cuba will not come to their aid. You know, the wise man remembers what his enemies does, and he takes them when he is ready. When the fleet gets back to Sardinia, we declare, oh, revenge, I can see it. So many of them are dying on the way back, though. Oh, wow. I'm all inning. I'm all inning. This is it. Oh, yeah. All right, we need reinforcements. We'll deal with the rebels, and then we cross to Sicily. I'm declaring the war now, though. No reason to wait for them to find more allies. Why do they... There we go. They still have 80,000. Oh, man, they do still have 80,000. Bold fighter, we are. We are at war with the Papal States. Hold on, this music's not... This is not it. There you go. Little Eastern, but it'll work. We sail! There it is. The Byzantine fleet, Jesus. That was a shit day? What happened to Scova? I agree, Spaghetti. Italy's looking very good right now, and we're cool with Castalla. Tyrannical nobles. A representative of the people living in an area dominated by one of the most prominent families of nobility has approached the throne today, imploring the king to take action against what he claims are systematic abuses of power from the people against the people there. It's the nobles. We have no respect for them, so we'll be happy to do so. All right, let's cross north. The rebels have been dispatched, unable to even breach the fortress in Sassari. Ooh, hello. They're gonna get away. God damn it, come on! Hell did they go? Oh, they ran. We're just gonna... The whole Papal fleet just left... oh, no, we're gonna need to... God damn it. I was gonna say, we could get them stuck outside of the Mediterranean, but we need to back up our crossing here. So it's not very doable. All right, let's land in Sicily. We're a little extended here, I'm gonna be honest, but it's now or never. To drive 40 kilometers on a flat tire. Oh, fuck that, dude. Did you not have a spare? I had no cell phone reception where I was, so my rim is fucked up too. Oh, Jesus, dude. Were you just like in the middle of nowhere, or? That fucking sucks. You didn't even have like that emergency tire in like the back or anything, man? That sucks. Jesus, dude. Yeah, when you have to replace the rim, that's when it gets expensive. How much land can you take from the Papal States without Byzantium getting pissed? Northern Africa and like a little bit of Sicily. They don't want this, apparently. They want everything else. What about their colonies? We're just gonna stay out of the Americas still. We'll take their North African land, and then we'll take parts of Sicily. That they do not want. We can't take Napoli back, unfortunately, or we'll piss off Rome. In miles? That's like 30 miles, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. Oh, 25. All right. Oh Lord, they coming. We could run, or we could all in. Boy here is a bold fighter. Gonna go all in. Did I even get there in time? Revolutionaries in Tunisia. Oh, we are playing with fire, aren't we? We gotta take Sicily first. Oh, we are overextended. Let's fire on the fort. I'm gonna take Messina. We'll deal with those revolutionaries as soon as we cut off the Strait of Messina. Out of nowhere, I had an emergency tire. Trouble is, I also found out the base jack that comes with the car is not strong enough to lift the car. Oh, what the hell? Emergency tires, very rough gravel road would have been ruined very quickly. That is true. Oh yeah, you were in the middle of nowhere. Your car jack didn't even lift your car? That is ridiculous, dude. What kind of car did you have? Salt crisis. Boy. We lost our general somehow too. Did he die? No, he didn't. We will take that tech. Let's go deal those rebels. Should be fine. Palermo has fallen. Xantium sieged out all this, so we'll have to actually wait to even be able to take it. Treatise of Natural Philosophy. A promising thinker to some, a dangerous instigator to others. Barzone di Cavour has recently published a new work of natural philosophy showing that it is very likely that many of the things we have held evident up until now might in fact be wrong. To make matters worse, the thinker has also used the opportunity provided by the publication to mock the religious establishment. Well, I mean, that's fine with us. Taken together, this has created a strong aversion against these new ideas, with some arguing Cavour should be incarcerated or punished. I mean, fuck the clergy, to be fair. I'm gonna bring over another half of these guys. Let's play this safe. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, no kidding. That's where all the intellectuals are, and the Burghers, and they also still worship the Hellenic faith, so it does make sense. Revolutionary Hellenic Sardinia, that'd be wild. You're gonna follow Covert Clown 7. That would be pretty funny. Let's do this. It's an event about the clergy being bullied while you're literally fighting the Pope. True. Not much sympathy going on there of our ruling class, I'd say. Yeah, we're gonna get the rebels, no problem. Strict drill master. Discipline. Whoa. Sure. Sweden's somehow at war with the Pope too. Oh yeah, because they're allied with Hesse. Gosh. We're 3 hours into the mega campaign? Let's march on Cosenza. Let's pick up another military advisor. Army tradition wouldn't be a bad idea. We could certainly use more of it. Actually, let's start blockading them. Yeah, let's blockade over here. They've lost all the other regions. For some reason, Byzantium's been focusing on the African front in their war. Yeah, once we siege out the rest of Italy, I'm going to split our army and send the other half back to Asia. I went to your channel on YouTube a week ago, and I can't stop watching your stuff. Hell yeah, dude. Glad you enjoy it. The VOD channel or my the main channel? We didn't bring a general. That could be a problem, I suppose. All right, we'll leave part of the army in Messina, and I'm going to send a contingent of around 1,000 men with our general. Probably need another one too. 4 siege, Alessandro Ludovici. That'll work. Naval fighting instruction allows our naval veterans to devise new methods to improve our fleet's efficiency in blockades. Perfect timing. We're in the middle of blockading Salerno and Napoli, which will complete maritime ideas, giving us movement speed bonus, will give us new policies too. Where the hell is it? There we go. Because we're maxed out. Do we want to replace any of these? Naval force limit, that could be useful. Heavy combat ship would be big if we get in a war of another huge power. The rest of them aren't actually that useful, so I think we'll stick with what we got. You as well, Frost? Oh yeah. Oh man. This is, man. This is a nice moment. After everything we've dealt with the Papal States, to be getting our revenge at the end of EU4 like this. This is therapeutic. You know, there's no other word for it. This is just therapeutic, honestly. Let's see, not the clergy. Go Solomon and Vico. We can actually sustain a larger military now too. We got free diplomats. Let's make sure that we're maintaining good relations with all the European powers, in particular Byzantium, because we might piss them off here in a minute. Castalla absolutely loves us. Look at that. I will leave one. Oh, the VOD channel. Hell yeah. I'm bad about posting on there. I need to be more consistent on the VOD channel. Is this a nice game to get into, Paradox Games? Oh. Oh, that's a tough question, Carl. Starting with the tough questions. No. This is the hardest Paradox game, I would argue. I don't recommend it. If you want to get into them, I recommend it's more expensive than the others. If money's not an issue, start with Crusader Kings 3. It's a lot easier to get into them. It's a lot more, I think, accessible if you're not used to strategy. Really depends on you, what you're used to and what you like. If you're new to strategy games, CK3, and if money's not an issue because it's harder to get it cheap. Barring that, probably Hoi 4 Stellaris. You can get both kind of on sale and cheap, but they're pretty easy to learn. Stellaris is as complex as EU4 is, but you need to be good at less parts of the game to enjoy Stellaris. So I'd recommend CK3 or probably Hoi 4 to start. and then later on get into EU4. I mean, in the early days of EU4, it was good for beginners. It's really complicated now, especially if you get the DLC. So, I'd recommend CK3, Carl. It'd be my recommendation for you. There's a lot of RPG elements too that I think are a lot easier to, I don't know. It's a little bit more familiar to get into. I mean, I played 2,500 hours at EU4 and I came back to after a couple updates and I didn't know what I was doing, so it's a bit of a tough game. There's the Papal Fleet, let's go! Byzantium ended their war, oh my god! Boy. They're really trying to restore Rome, aren't they? You know, this is an ancestor of Genghis Khan, and his ancestors were common in one theme. They were pretty ambitious, weren't they? Let's march on Rome then. I think it's time. I'm gonna raise it too. You can still do that on Rome, right? I played EU4 so consistently. Isn't there a button to raise it? Or is that only colonial regions? Let's take out their fleet here too. It's a big moment. He has a higher chance to capture enemy ships too, which is massive. And they released Naples? And didn't give them Napoli. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Gonna ignore that right now. This is too good of a day to be worried with rebels in Asia. Far too good a day. Or really a year. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Let's fire on the walls. And then let's send our other army, as soon as they finish the siege, into North Africa to siege out the last of the papal holdings there. And that's one way to do it. You go Scorch Earth to increase enemy attrition in a province. Beautiful. We're gonna Scorch Earth Rome. I promised we'd burn it to the ground. The Ruthenians did it for us, but you know, if you want a job done right, you have to do it yourself. So I think we need to burn Rome properly. St. Peter's Basilica looks a little too free of fire damage, I have to say. We can fix that. Boy. Yeah, therapeutic's the word. When you spend enough time hating someone, even if they're an abstract concept in AI in a game that isn't real, you know, it does feel good to get your revenge, I'm gonna be honest. Let's look and see if they change their interests. Come on, man. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Gloves coming the fuck off is what this is. You know what we gotta do. You know what it is. I know what it is too. I don't like it. But you know what we gotta do here? We're out of options. It appears that in his chasing of Iberian MILFs, King Solomon has laid the groundwork for a very necessary, very dramatic shift in our foreign policy. Who else are we gonna ally with? Moose. Who else? Bavaria? The Republic? France? Our greatest rival and decaying power? Britain, who won't even pick up the phone? Who are we gonna ally? There's only one. That does hurt, though. That does hurt. Rome has fallen? All right, how do we do the raising? Like the revolution fully present in Rome. Nice. All right, I know there's a way to... Oh, it's on your troops, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We burn Rome to the ground. After 100 years of their interference in our affairs, we will have our moment. We will have our revenge. Sardinia is nothing if not petty. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, our ships are fucked up. We can't take this fight. Go into port. Go into port. It's Daddy Castalla or it's lose all of Europe. Mexico? Oh boy. We never fight them. Thank you for the follow, Alexistir? Exilistir. My best attempt. Thank you for the follow. We're out of sailors, too. That's why we can't upgrade our 3-deckers anymore. Fuck it, take the battle then. They ran. Oh, they ran. The cowards. Let's cut them off in Valencia. Come on. We'll lose some ships here, but that's fine. Bring back the army and siege out Western Papal States, what remains of them. And then we still have that war in Asia to fight. You would rather lose Europe. Oh boy. "1742 has been a fine harvest and an excellent environment for traders and entrepreneurs. This has proven a blessing for our nation's tax base, generating higher income for the realm." Fantastic. Musa is giving off very big old guard vibe. Ooh, no! Castalla revolutionaries. Pagan influence. Brema has gone Hellenic again. I mean, we are very tolerant. Castalla's fighting a revolutionary army like we were now as well. What happens when you don't kill revolution in the crib? access here. I doubt it. Wait, you actually can. Okay. I'm sure. Oh, whoa. Takrur's gone. It's all Yorubaland. Super State Central Africa in Vic 3. Allowing Hellenism to grow might be the government's interest if you are super anti-pope. Again, we're just tolerant to all the different religions. I mean, out of RP, I love the Hellenic religion, and I'd love to see the Greek gods being worshipped, but we don't play favorites, except for hating on the clergy, I guess. You can land in Tuscany, too. Let's look at Castalla's interest real quick. Yeah, no, they don't want any of this, actually. Perfect. And carve out ourselves a little kingdom here. We really need to get back to Asia, though. I mean, this is important, but Asia's maybe even more important, actually. Oh, there, Robert. 24 of 24. Tripoli. Getting Malta would be cool, too. Pay off more loans. It's our last loan, actually. 61,000 Lithuanians just out there in Morocco. Sure. Why not? Perfectly reasonable behavior, really. I mean, honestly. Rima separatists. Oman is not getting out of the war without giving us Papua, so that's a no. We are still in that war. We're just fully engaged in Europe right now. Land in Malta, too. It's going very good, Robert. This is a mega campaign. It's gone all the way from the start of CK3, and today we've had probably our best day in a long time. After so much loss. Oh. A lot of old scores being settled. I mean, we're creating monsters by doing it, but that's not the point. Let's fire on the fort. We have the mill power fort. Nope. I know that we have given up on the Americas, but with Takrur, France, and the Pope weakened, it does provide us an opportunity. The thing is, we're moving towards Castalla. Whoa! Hold on! Hello! Look who we have in the Americas! It's a monarchy! That is the most cursed shit ever. The United States has formed underneath a French monarchy. He's a great conqueror, 22 years old. Because it was a French colony that got independence. Yeah, because France is getting destroyed by Europe. Whoa. Yeah, France is gone. The US got independence completely during that war. French culture, monarchist, United States with King Pepin de Ficilmont of the United States. A natural ally, though. Let's send our diplomats. We're always looking for more allies. Oh boy. Gosh, so cursed, dude. Let's fire on the fortress. Moose, I don't like, out of RP, I don't like allying with Castalla any more than you do. But we're not an immortal demigod ruling over Sardinia. We're the powers that live in it. We're the culture that exists in it. And we're the kings who rule it. And I don't think our boy King Solomon Torres, I need to fix the name, as always, would be against this. They've also reincorporated Galicia. I want to look up something real quick. Is there a knockoff American, like, French song to play? That'd be funny. Oh my god. I apologize in advance for what you're about to hear. Oh, it's Louisiana, so it's in French. Should this be the canon anthem of the French United States? Oh, God. Why does this exist? Oh, that's too much. That's way too much. Oh, my ears are bleeding. A Quebecois song, maybe, for them. It's dramatic enough. We're trying to find the new the national anthem of French America on this timeline. This might be a winner. This is Quebec. That could fit. Sounds American-ish. Oh yeah, it's not bad actually. Because there's no French Quebec in this timeline, it's French 13 colonies. Alright, this song is in honor of French United States and is now their official canon national anthem. Everyone take a moment to salute the French American flag. Beautiful. Imagine the cuisine that will appear there. My god. French Dixie is way too cursed. Deal with those rebels and then we're gonna siege Tuscany. No, you're right, they are very good allies. I can hear the bargaining stage of grief right now. Moose, you're in the bargaining stage. You'll get to acceptance soon, don't worry. Let's save the bankrupt merchant. Oh, this fits very well, doesn't it? My gosh. It's a very pretty song. Oh no. Never mind. Tuscany is being dealt with by Castalla. All good on that front. Crawfish and moonshine are the only things this Cajun American food group. Oh god. What is this cursed shit? Oh my god, Castalla's taking the last of this. You know what? They can have it. Fuck it. We'll just take the rest. It's fine. Albenga? What the fuck is Albenga? We have to go fight in the Americas. Did I click the wrong button? No. Oh, Genoa. I see. I think the Castallans are going to siege that, probably. Oh, yeah. Yeah. God bless the French King of America. Fuck the clergy. I don't even need to read it. That's an easy one. General concerned by our unmanly tactics. That's fine. Could try and land a task force in Papal La Plata. I'm sure they're getting dicked on by the Castallan armies in the New World right now. That was a very nice song, and is now the official anthem of the French United States in this timeline. Honestly, a very good song. Gotta respect it. We're gonna go ahead and give them a 20 baguette salute as well. We need to get back to Asia, though. We can wait for the ticking war score. We need to get to Asia. They've lost a lot of... No, they have a lot of troops still. God damn it. If I can get land from Oman, we're good. Nope. Alrighty. They're completely sieged out by the Fatmids. Oh, this is so opportune. We don't even need to touch them. I say we go for the landing in South America right now. Honestly. It's risky. But if we could take Argentina out of this, I mean, we're already going to be hostile with Byzantium, right? There's no way around that. Fuck the clergy. So South America is Byzantine Brazil, Takruri Brazil, which will be gone very soon because they've been eaten. Castalla owns like all of the north. It is British Peru. It is Hosokawa Chile for now. They'll lose that too. Egyptian in the south, and then Papal La Plata, which is all of like Argentina. So this is where we're gonna try and land, I think. We'll give it a shot. Worth trying to get some colonies back there. They'll try for it for sure. I mean, Papal States is about to be gone. You know what would be the crazier timeline, which the AI might do? The Pope moves his capital from Rome to Argentina. Who's ready for the holy city of Rio de la Plata? I wonder if I could save it at St. Peter's Basilica. They could cut it into pieces and move it or something, you know? What was the song? I will link it. It's a Quebecois song. That is the one right there. That's very nice. We're gonna land right on Rio. You're very welcome. Regulation of the medical profession. Oh, we already got this one before, didn't we? We will allow it. I really don't like rereading events. We've got a lot of military power. We'll take Bayonet then. We'll take East Indiaman too. And with that, let's land. The HRE is still alive, in case you weren't sure. It's pretty big too, actually. Just dominated by Bavaria now. And also, just in case you forgot, Chagatai have founded a high imamate in China, which is currently being converted. So, can't forget that. What's my favorite country to play in EU4? If I'm going to be brutally honest, Prussia. Just because their discipline is just addicting to play. I used to play consistently a lot of EU4 back in the day. I don't do it as much now. I normally just do it for mega campaigns. I really love playing Venice. I really love playing Prussia. I really like playing, what are they called? Starting Mamluks, that's the one. Who else did I play a lot? A lot of Tuscany, if I'm gonna be honest. Founding Italy was always fun. I did that in so many MP games back in the day. What else did I play a lot of? Portugal, of course. I like playing them more than Spain because they were a little bit tougher to colonize with, which was always fun. I mean, I know those are like basic bitch answers, but if I'm gonna be honest, those for sure. What about you, man? We'll educate our young heir. Let's give him a military education in naval as well. Why not? Civ 6 has been made a lot better in recent years, but still not my favorite strategy game by a long shot. Most queen consorts accept their limited power and devote their lives to various pastimes and their family, but not Maymuna. I mean, she is an Iberian. She is genuinely interested in all the ins and outs of governmental matters. Over the years, she has befriended many great thinkers, politicians, and diplomats. Among them is one of the well-known statesmen with whom she has spent a lot of time of late. CK3 moment. Now, Queen Consort Maymuna has asked us to make the statesman an offer, claiming that he would make a much better advisor than the traitor Mile. He's cheaper. Why not? Sure. Always played a lot of Denmark, a lot of small nations, and make them big along with some other major powers, for sure. Denmark was the country I played like so much of. When EU4 first dropped way back in the day, in 2014 when I was in high school, I played Denmark non-stop because I was really into like Viking history and like the Kalmar Union, so I'd play them all the time. You know, when you got, I think you still do start with Norway and Sweden as your puppets, right? I think. We are marching unopposed in Argentina right now. We sunk their flagship. I mean, it's a bit like beating a dead horse here, but still nice. Who's ready for revolutionary papacy? They're not going to stop that army. Not our problem. I'm going to follow. Who was that? I missed it. Robert. Going to follow. It's a lot harder now. Yeah. They made Sweden way stronger too, even though they were originally very strong. Yeah, going Denmark in the early days of EU4 and just going colonial, back when you didn't have colonial nations, for anyone who played OG EU4 when it launched, you'll remember that originally colonies were just like your own land you administered. You got less income on them though, basically, and it was all about the trade still. So like as Denmark, you could just map paint North America if you played right with colonizing, because it'd just still be Denmark. It's kind of weird to look back on now, but that was very much the thing. Has anyone played CK3 on the Xbox? I've got the Game Pass, but I was curious if it's worth getting the Season Pass. Then I can't answer. Demands for representation. Absolutely not. What do we look like? Bavaria? We're also still in that War of Asia, just a reminder. See how much we can actually take from them. We'll take Sicily, we'll take Malta, and then we're gonna take a fuck ton of Argentina. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, they added CK3 to the console. They're adding DLCs to it now too. I'm not opposed to it because I think it brings in a lot of people who play like console who don't even know really like strategy exists to play a lot of it. We'll get them into it. So I think it's actually really cool they're doing that, not gonna lie. I know it's for money reasons, but if it grows the strategy, you know, community, I think it's cool, so. Pretty sure Pope can't go revolutionary. They just kill the Pope and another comes in. Gotcha. That's a shame. I was hoping we get something interesting. I love playing Brunswick into Hanover. A lot of fun making a trade hub in Germany. I've never tried that. Is Hanover affordable now? I don't remember that being a thing. I'm basically an EU4 boomer. So I played like all my EU4 in like the early days of the game. So I basically don't understand it now. So I think that's the best way to put it. Just the boomer EU4 player, basically. No idea what the kids are up to these days. You know, back in my day, you carpet sieged countries when you're at war, and your colonies were directly controlled land. I mean, that sounds like a boomer, a little bit. You don't have a PC. Yeah, exactly. PCs are expensive too, so there's a lot of people who can afford a console, something to play. Or at least not have to pay all the money to get a PC, get a PC gaming. Because it is expensive. In the same way, I have 3,000 hours in EU4, but the new EU4 players have 400 hours and know the game more than me. Dude, same here. I'll tell people I have like over 2,000 hours in EU4 and then they think I'm good at it. I'm not. If I roll back my version for like, you know, 5 years ago EU4, I'd be very good at it, but this is like a little look into early EU4. Forts didn't really exist, so you just carpet sieged everything. No, forts existed, but they didn't block movement, so you would just carpet siege everything at once, including all the forts, because you didn't have, like, your movement wasn't blocked. And then, like, optimally, oh, fuck. Fuck. Alright, hold up. I'm ranting, and we're gonna lose some battles here. We're gonna lose that stack, aren't we? Let's retreat to Rosario. Scorch? Scorch. Good call. Oh. Someone who knows what they're doing. Thank you for that. We're gonna actually get out. That was a 500 IQ play right there. My gosh. Let's get all our forces together. Those are fireworks. I want to make sure those weren't gunshots. Right, we can take them on, I think, now, if we play this right. Their army is not as good as ours. We need a better general, though. Ask and you will receive. Seymunder Alfieri, a 4651. That will work. Yeah, true. Back in my day. I don't know what you young kids are playing here over EU4s, but back in my day, it was a better game, you know? Yeah, you better run. I don't make that crossing. We'll just play smarter here. 2 big stacks. Do things that scratch people's heads, like scorching earth on forts I'm trying to take. Oh, from back in the day, right? Yeah. I may have told you to scorch, but I never ever remembered to scorch. Well, I appreciate it. You just saved 7,000 Sardinian men there. Congratulations. Their lives are all thanks to you. Is making progress. They have a lot of territory. It doesn't look big on the map, but it's actually a lot. Take the stability hit. I don't think so. We're done when I say we're done, Pope. See if we can get there before he does. Not happening. It's an L. That's a big L. We might lose this because of that. Hesitation. That was a big L. See if we can walk away with Sicily. Oh God, we fucked up. That's gonna be pretty bad. Can I retreat? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We got away, but we're gonna get chased down here, and there's no forts to protect our retreat. Let's see if we can get onto our boats here. Nope, they're walking back up north. I'm bringing another army from Europe. Have to hold out and reinforce, wait for another 40,000 men to land. Oh, it's getting really late in the game, though. Nobles ally with a foreign power. They've allied themselves with Colombia and Castalla. I mean, not as big of enemies as they used to be, but... someone needs some of their privileges revoked, I think. That's what I'm hearing. Oman is somehow still alive. Actually, are they still alive? No, not really. All you gotta do is give us your colonies, bud. That's all you gotta do. Still somehow have 90,000 men, too. Oh, they've got, like, the Malacca region, too. Actually at war with... Champa, we don't need to be at war with. We'll accept their peace. Actually, can we get anything out of them? No. Then these guys, I'd actually like to take their territory, so we'll wait. It's fine. We'll take our time. It's a colonial war. There's no timeline on it. How are the winters in Ohio? Does it snow? In Florida, we have snow. We don't have snow. Yeah, it snows quite a lot here. Well, it depends on the year. I've only been here for 2 years, actually. First year, there was a lot of snow. Second, there wasn't too much. But when it snows, you get a lot. Demand for embroidery. It's more trying to starve the province out. That's fair. No, I don't live in Toledo or Cleveland. Surprisingly, no. Funny story, all of Ohio is like that. Want to knock their fleet out of port here. Far out of our reinforcements. Still quite a ways. Oh, Castalla's fighting Papal States too. We got a carpet siege before they get all this. Damn it. Gonna be playing the new Victory game. No, I will not, John. I'll be subbing as the UK the first session for that for that game because Zolix won't be there, so I'll be playing UK for one session, and then no, after that I will not. Like I said, I've got a lot of MP burnout, so I'm trying to reduce that right now. Especially before I start like 3 more games or something like that. Peace out, Tuscany. Oh, so almost at the 8-hour mark already. That's almost 10. When the reinforcements land, we're gonna hit. We can stack wipe this army. I'm going to leave half our forces here and send the rest to Asia, because we gotta start making moves there. All of our loans are gone. Actually start to build buildings now. Got 20 hours in RimWorld. It's a very good game. I have like, I think 400 or 500s in RimWorld. It's quite a lot. We could upgrade the monument in Dimnate. Not right now. That's, well, no, not right now. We're not prioritizing monuments when we're at a war, regardless of a good reason or not. Is it bugged? We just got it again. All right, they're trying to run. We can almost ally the US when we're not at war now. See if we can chase down their army. How many revolutionary nations are there? That's a good question. Revolutionary Sealy and then Revolutionary Lusadia. That's it. There's been a bunch of attempts in France and Castalla. I've seen the revolts, but no success. We won it. Stack wipe. Huge. Still 40,000 men somewhere, though, so we actually can't send to Asia. What kind of peace numbers are we needing here? We will be taking all of Sicily. And as much of Argentina as we can. Yeah, we can take a lot. Carpet siege time. End of the revolution in Bavaria. I mean, outright revolution, I guess. They're now a centralized state. They're no longer quite so extreme. Oof. We're racing with Castalla right now. Fuck it. Force march this shit. We're just racing them for South America here. Does Castalla want this land, though? Because if they do and we take it, we're fucked. Oh, they do. Fucking hell. They don't want any of the southern tip, though. So we'll have to only take this part. That's not good. just you get the DLC called the Wild Cards. Oh, for Rimworld, I think, right? Gonna go south. Just make sure we watch that army. Need more men to take that. When we're done with this war, I will end for today, by the way. We'll continue the Asian war next week. Or, no, I apologize. Tomorrow afternoon. After Millennium Dawn, we're continuing. Because I am definitely getting hit by the tide right now. Everyone get to the capital of Peru. We lost that battle in the south? Oh, that's not good. Did force them to retreat though, so that's something. If we take this, we'll be in very good shape. Let's fire on it. Our heir is doing very well with his studies, surprisingly. We have a lot of money now, my gosh. We can grow our armies after this war. Also work on some buildings in the meantime. I forget how amazing a selection of music you have chosen for your streams. Glad you like it, John. I have a bunch of very big playlists I've been building for 2 years now. Video games just have so many good soundtracks, and there's so many that like fit into a bunch of different games and time periods, really. I think that's like one of the things I find more and more important in games I play, is the actual soundtrack. It used to not really matter to me now, but especially for RPG games and story games now, music is so important for enjoyment. Close. Let's see if we can get the peace deal. I have IRL war exhaustion. Oh, hello there. That will be one treat for tomorrow. No, we cannot. All right. All right, I know it's not the greatest point to end, but I am going to end here because I've gotten very tired. I don't want to rush to peace deal. I don't want to rush to the end of this war just because I'm tired. So we'll continue this tomorrow. I'm going to end the stream here. We will be streaming this tomorrow from 6 to 10 p.m. EST. Tomorrow it'll be, let's see, Millennium Dawn continuing the Liechtenstein playthrough. We're reforming the HRE and conquering Europe. And then after, we'll continue this. We'll fight out the remainder of this war with the Papal States, and then we'll fight that war in Asia and see if we can actually rebuild before Vic 3. It is looking very good, despite us being surrounded by revolutions and radicals everywhere. And we may end up also allying Castalla tomorrow. A very low moment, but also a very high moment in many ways. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed. Be back tomorrow. What time do your streams start? Weekends I start 2 p.m. EST and I stream for 8 hours both days. So yeah, 2 p.m. EST, Saturday and Sunday. All right, folks, have a very good rest of your evening, and I will catch you